Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am super excited for this video because we are going to be doing indie makeup releases and talking about the new releases on the indie makeup market from the past week and what I personally think about them, whether I'm going to be purchasing them or not, and just giving my opinions. I love doing this, been trying to do it every week. I know my background's a little bit different right now, but we'll talk about that in another video. Things are happening, things are changing. I've been super busy, so let's just go ahead and jump right on in. Actually, I do this is like 106 episodes or something, and I'm still a mess. This video series is inspired by Angelica Nyqvist and Samantha March. I'll have both of their channels linked down below, as well as all the Instagram accounts that I use to make this video happen. So let's just go ahead and now jump right on in. Okay, so the first release that we have to talk about today is from Moira Cosmetics, and this is their new Juicy series, the Juicy collection, and it is very cute. There's 4 different palettes. I was intrigued by these by the sneak peeks because they were showing different fruits and showing a few colors from each palette, and I thought it looked really cool. I will say, after seeing the reveal, I'm just like a tiny bit underwhelmed. There is nothing here that I'm like, yes, I absolutely have to have that. I think that the apple palette with like the different pinks and reds and then like the pop of green, I think that's a cute mixture for an apple inspired color story. I also kind of like the kiwi one as well with the different pops of green, and it just looks super summery. And the 3 bigger shades in that look like really pretty blush shades, but overall I'm not super tempted to buy any of these. But I do think they're cute. I would love to know what you think of them. And then next we have a new release from CKey Cosmetics. Whoo, lordy, I was not tempted at all by their Christmas in July sale, and then I watched my friend Karen Harris do a live. She swatched a bunch of their new products and kind of was going in detail about the sale, doing recommendations and stuff like that. And now I'm like over here like, should I do it? So anyway, okay, let me just tell you what the product is first. This is the new Summer Days palette, and they do have a light and a deep version. There's just 3 shades that have been changed. I believe it is Basque, Sandcastle, and Daystar. I do really appreciate that this is the second palette they're doing this for and having different options, and it gives people with a deep skin tone the ability to buy this palette without having to look at those light shades and think, oh, the palette overall is nice, but I would never use those, and therefore wasting money on like a portion of the palette that won't even fit your skin tone. So I do really appreciate that, and I think that the palette, even though it is very neutral, for some reason, honestly, I'm not even gonna say for some reason, it's Karen's fault, okay? Because of Karen, I am tempted by this. And also, what I was saying before about the sale being so good is that they are having 2 separate days where this and the other palette that they came out with, I'll try and pop a picture on screen, like the more sunsetty one. If you spend $55, you get the palette for free. So I'm just like trying not to think about that unsuccessfully. So I don't know where I'm at right now. You might see a video about this in a few weeks, or you might not. It's a toss-up at this point. And then next we have a new release from Rituel Defi. I feel like I'd commented this had a French pronunciation, like Rituel Defi. I don't know, but they are an indie brand that I definitely have my eyes on. I've been super curious, and it seems like they have a bunch of cream products in this kind of compact. So I definitely see myself trying them, if not this year, next year. They're high up on my list recently. They came out with a new metamorphic highlighter in the shade Chimera, and it is available now for $32, and they are also donating 100% of the profits from this highlighter to organizations advancing the ideals of liberty and justice for all by working to end mass incarceration, discriminatory sentences, and wrongful convictions. I did copy that word for word just because they didn't list the specific organization on their Instagram post, so I'm not sure who exactly they're donating to, but based on the description, I would definitely say it's a worthy cause, and it looks beautiful. But also at the same time, I'm like, I really know I don't need another green highlighter, but it's a cream formula, so it's a little bit different, but I know I don't need it. So it's a pass for now, but I do think it looks really beautiful. And then next, another brand that I was tempted to just go ahead and buy the whole line. This is the new brand CKey Cosmetics, and I have not been as caught up with her recently, but CKey, I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. I know. This just shows, I feel like I kind of lost her in my YouTube subscription feed, but I remember watching her videos years and years and years ago. And so when I saw this release, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for her. Like, I need to like catch up like with an old friend it's a parasocial relationship, but it's fine. But anyway, she released her own brand and has started off by launching a lip collection. There is one gloss, which is called Just Being Me, and it looks like kind of like a peachy shade. It looks super, super pretty. And then there are 3 different matte liquid lipsticks, which again, kind of your standard, like there's a nudie peach, a red, and then there's like a deep brownie nude shade as well. So I'm tempted, but I'm trying to be so good right now. I'm not kidding. I really am doing my best. So I'm definitely very curious to see reviews on that, and could see myself picking up something eventually. And then next we have some new collections from Shine by CKey Cosmetics. And honestly, I have to admit that I'm a little bit overwhelmed just because I don't know, I feel like when an indie brand releases a collection and it's like, oh, here's a single shadow collection, and they like give it its own time, its own moment, like I'm not unrealistic to the point where I'm like, oh, you need to like wait every 6 months to release a new collection. Like, I understand brands need to keep making new products. That's how they make money. I mean, that's just how things work. But when 3 collections drop all in the same night, it's just a little bit much for me, and I don't know, I get overwhelmed by that. I don't know if I'm alone, but anyways, they released their golden hour collection, and this is a little bit of a larger collection. There are 13 shades here, and it looks like there's a lot of like yellowy golden kind of undertones. There's like a pop of blue, a pop of green, a pop of purple, but overall lots of yellowy, golden, orangey, peachy moments. And I mean, I guess it does kind of remind me of golden hour. It looks pretty. And then they also went ahead and released their new Brighter Days collection, which has like a little bit of yellow and a kind of a mixture of shades. They also released their new Fairy Dust collection with 3 kind of very light iridescent shades, which I'm a sucker for. So if anything, those were the ones that caught my attention the most. They look to be really beautiful, kind of duochrome lighter shades. There's like a peach, a green, and a purple that's very iridescent. So I like them. So like I said, at the moment, just a little bit overwhelmed by that. Maybe I'll pick up some of the singles eventually. Okay, next we have a new product from Cosmetics that is very tempting to me, and this is the new Venetian Rose lip cushion. It's available now, and it looks so pretty. It's like a kind of like a light pink with like a little bit of momminess to it. And the thing is that I bought one of the lip cushions, the original lip cushion, when they only had one shade. It was Magic Hour, and it's almost like a little bit of a bright, cool pink, and I thought it was going to be lighter. So I do really like the formula. It's very glossy, it's kind of opaque, it feels really nice on the lips, but the color is not my absolute like ride or die favorite to where it's something that I would constantly use all the time. I'll still use it because I like the formula, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, ooh, that's a color that I really, really like, but I don't need. But I will probably buy eventually, maybe on my next order, or if they have a sale or something, I will pick that up. Okay, so next we have some new bronzers from Mented Cosmetics, and this is their Sun-Kissed bronzer collection. There are 4 different shades, and I feel like looking at this picture, I'm kind of looking at the lightest shade, and I'm like, maybe, possibly that could work for me. And I'm like wanting it to work for me because Mented Cosmetics is a brand that I'm very curious about. The bronzers are $22 each, which I don't feel like is a bad price for bronzer. I keep buying bronzer recently. There's been so many nice bronzer releases. So I'm excited about this launch, but I did see another photo that they released. I think I might have got an advertisement on Instagram from Mented Cosmetics of the new collection, and I saw them in another light, and I definitely don't feel like any of the bronzer shades would work for me, which is fine. I'm not complaining at all because they are a Black-owned indie makeup brand, specifically fulfilling a void in the makeup area for bronzers and nude lipsticks and other products that people with deep skin tones just don't get to be the priority for normally. So I completely understand this range. I respect this range, but I am sad that I won't be able to buy it and try it and support it myself. I do think I will probably try some of their lipsticks. But again, being very good right now, so I haven't done it. But I was excited to see that they have branched out to another product, and I hope that the launch is going really well for them. Okay, next we have a sneak peek from Eloise Beauty. And it looks like they are coming out with some cream blushes. I feel like this little promo picture is super cute and summery, and I do really like the shades, especially like the kind of light peachy blush shade I think looks super, super cute. And I'm very into this. I'm curious what the packaging will look like when it pulls up. Like, is it going to be a pump? I feel like a pump would be pretty convenient. So I am curious about this. I actually do have a palette from Eloise Beauty that I haven't used yet, so I really need to do a video on that, but cream blushes sounds so nice. I want to be more into the cream blush life, and I feel like that peachy shade, if I was going to buy any of these, I would definitely get that. I feel like that just looks very unique. So if you are new to this series, I typically do all indie brands at the beginning, and then at the end I include a few specific mainstream releases that I really want to talk about. So before we get to mainstream, I have a brand to talk about that's kind of like in the middle. I'm not sure if it's indie, not sure if it's mainstream. It could be indie, but I don't know. So we're just going to go ahead and include them right here before we get into the mainstream. I don't know why I make it so complicated, but this is a reveal from Patrick Starr. He is coming out with a makeup brand that is going to be available exclusively at Sephora, and it is called One Size. I really haven't been someone who watches every single video that Patrick Starr does. I watch some here and there, and I respect his artistry. But still, I'm very excited about this. I don't know, I'm just super intrigued. So I thought I'd mention that. I'm curious what you guys think about it. I had to agree with him in his little promo. I think he said something along the lines of like another beauty brand, you bet, or something like that, where he's like kind of just acknowledging there's been criticism of like so many beauty brands popping up. But personally, I might have an unpopular opinion, but I'm like, the more brands, the more options. And I'm trying to think back to videos I've done in the past, and I'm like, have I always felt this way? Have my opinions changed? But I'm kind of like, well, you don't have to buy it all. Like, if he comes out with a brand, what is it to you if you don't like him or if you don't like his products? But for someone else, it might be revolutionary, or I don't know. I kind of just am more open to giving people a chance and just seeing what they're about, seeing what they can do. And I think it's a really cool opportunity. So I'm just curious to see what it's going to be. And then we have this release, and I'm not going to lie. I got the notification for this. It was like 4 a.m. Don't ask me why I was awake at 4 a.m. And I was on Ulta just like adding things in my cart, taking them out, adding them in my cart, and I'm like, low buy, don't do it, you don't need it. But this has definitely been the most tempting release in a while. I still slightly really want this collection, and I think it was actually a bit of a lesson. So here is what it looks like. This is the new Harry Potter times Ulta Beauty collection. And I was so tempted by the Slytherin and the Ravenclaw palette. That's what it's called, right? Ravenclaw? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, I'm a fake stan. I thought both of those palettes looked really beautiful. And then one of the lip glosses, I think it was the light nude, was called Platform 9 3/4 or 9 3/4. Again, fake stan. I'm so sorry. My memory is terrible. There's a cute lip balm. There's cute brushes. I mean, overall, it's just an adorable collection. And personally, I've had pretty good experiences with Ulta's makeup, especially their lip products. Like, their lip oils are so good. Whether you get the originals or the tinted version, I think they're such a hidden gem. So this was very tempting, but I didn't buy it. And I don't think anything has come out that was related to a series or a movie or something that I really love. I kind of had a realization of how hard it is to say no to makeup, where it has a connection like that, where it's like, oh my gosh, I love this and I love Slytherin, and like whatever, and you like have all these extra justifications. I feel like in the past I've kind of just been like, it's not that bad. Like, you don't need makeup just because it's Disney or whatever. But now I'm like, I get it. Whew, okay, so that's where I'm at. Still feeling some shopper's regret from not buying it, but it's fine, it's fine. And then last but not least, we have a new collaboration reveal, and this is with Raw Beauty Kristy and Pure Cosmetics. And I'm not gonna lie, when Kristy started doing sneak peeks, I was like, please don't be ColourPop, please don't be ColourPop, please don't be ColourPop. Just because I decided to take a little bit of a break from them at the moment, so I was hoping the collaboration was with someone else. So I was very, very excited to see that it was. It looks to be 2 pairs of lashes, which honestly I could care less about. I have the lashes I like. I'm not on the hunt for more. I rarely even wear them in the first place. And then there is a double-sided palette. So one side is super colorful, and then the other side is super neutral. And I actually haven't watched her full reveal video yet just because it's an hour long. I need like to set an appointment to watch an hour-long video. Like, I don't have that kind of time right now. But when I do, I can't wait to watch and hear the thoughts behind everything in the collection. But this is tempting, because I do really like Kristy, and I think it's a cute idea, and especially if you're someone who loves kind of neutral looks and colorful looks, which I kind of do. I've definitely kind of been going back and forth between the two. So this is going to be my open-ended question, because it always helps to get y'all's feedback on whether you want to see me review something or not. So if you would like to see me review this palette, do some looks with this palette, definitely let me know down below, and I will take that into consideration on whether to buy it or not, based on your feedback. Okay, so that is everything for today's indie makeup releases. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.